Hey guys, I know I'm cutting this a little close, but I really wanted to do a review of this episode because I loved this episode, and not just because there was a flashback. I don't know how good this review is going to be because I'm kind of tired and I'm just out of sorts right now. So I'm sorry in advance if this review does not make any sense, and I'm sorry also if I jump around a lot. So yeah, here we go. So this is my review for Vampire Diaries Episode 8, Ordinary People. As I've said before, this is a flashback episode, and I love flashback episodes. In this one, we learn about the original family from Rebecca, and I loved this episode. It was so good, cool. We got to learn all about the vampire, how vampires became weakened by certain things like vervain and sunlight, and the white oak ash, and how they even became vampires. So basically, leaning off of last week's episode, it ended with Alaric finding these cave paintings in the Lockwood Caves and not really knowing what they were for. Basically, only knowing they were Vikings. And amongst these cave paintings were names: Rebecca, Klaus, Michael, and basically the names of their family. The one thing I have to touch on is the fact that we learn everything about the originals and the family and everything, but we don't know their last name. I personally don't think they have one, because if they had one, I think they would have mentioned it. And the fact that they were Vikings, I'm pretty sure Vikings didn't have last names. I don't know anything about, not that I know, I'm like the queen of Viking knowledge, but I have a feeling that that's how it happens. I don't know. Anyway, and also among the names and the paintings was basically the symbol for Elena's necklace, the talisman, and we soon find out that it belonged to Iana, which was the original witch, and we later find out that Iana is the mother of Rebecca and Klaus. She is the original witch, meaning Klaus's mother is the one who put the hybrid curse on Klaus, which of course causes tension later on in the episode. And the reason they became vampires. Now, for 20 years, they were the Klaus, their family, the original family, Rebecca's family, they were at peace with the werewolves. They lived right close to them, and they were at peace. They didn't have anything, you know, bad, no bad blood between them. And then Klaus and Henrik or Henry, I don't know, I didn't really catch his name. One of their brother, basically, they went off. Klaus and Henrik went off to go watch the werewolves change. Watch the werewolf people turn into werewolves. The people change into werewolves, if that makes sense. And Henrik ends up being attacked by a werewolf and dying because they're trespassing on their land. And so basically, Michael wants to be better than the werewolves. He wants revenge because, of course, his son died, and we very quickly find out that Michael is not the greatest father. He is not a great dad, which of course fits in with the whole every Vampire Diaries character has parental issues. They don't parents and children in Mystic Falls they don't, and just Vampire Diaries in general, just parents and children don't get along, and they just don't mesh well together. So basically, one of the witches in the village was just like, no, this will mess up the balance of nature, you can't do that. So Michael goes to his wife, who's the witch, says, well, you have to do something now, honey, or whatever. And so they take the ash from the white oak ash, I guess, and mixed it in with their food, and Michael, their mother, performed a spell. And then Michael stabs his children, and of course, and then they have to feed in order to become a vampire, and bam, they're vampires. And the one quote that I really liked in this episode is, "For every strength, there was one weakness." Sunlight, they were unable to go out into the sunlight. The flowers that grew near the white oak tree, vervain, became untouchable. People that were once friends now looked away. They turned away from them. They're like, no, we can't, deal with you. And then, of course, then they find out that the white oak tree, so I don't know how they found out. I don't think it really specified in the episode, how they found out the white oak ash killed them, but they found out, and they're like, oh, we have to kill that now. And this whole episode was awesome, and I became more sympathetic towards Rebecca. I mean, I always loved characters. Rebecca, the character Rebecca, I've always liked her from the beginning. Claire Holt, she did an amazing job from the beginning, and I really respect her now. She's a really great actress in this episode. It really shows you how great she is, and I really hope she stays for a while. I don't want her to be well, not staked, but stabbed with the white oak tree ash thing. I really hope that doesn't happen. While Rebecca is revealing all this to Elena, Stefan is locked in the dungeon still. Elena, of course, doing the detoxification of thing. At least for a short time, he's locked in there. Then I don't know. Out of the blue, we go to a commercial break. We come back, and Damon has released Stefan from the dungeon. Not only that, has taken him to a bar, and I don't really. It was just with, it just made me go back to like season 1 where they're like playing football in the fields at Mystic Falls High, and they're just like kind of like being brothers and stuff like that. And I think they're starting to overuse the term your turn, brother, or hello, brother, or something. I think they're overusing it, but I think it's funny, reconnecting as brothers and all that jazz stuff. So as they're chilling out in the bar and all that, just being chilling out, Michael shows up. And we're just like, Michael, oh my god, Michael. And my first thought is, is Catherine? Is she dead? Where is she? I'm still concerned of where she is, because I'm concerned, because I love Catherine, and I hope she's not dead or anything. And, so basically, Michael shows up, and he's like, okay, well, basically he attacks Damon, and he tells Stefan, like, I know how to kill Klaus, I know, and stuff, so this is why you woke me up, so come on, let's do it. And so basically he threatens Damon's life, and he's like, I know for a fact you won't let me kill him and stuff. And of course Stefan's like, well, I can't bring him back to you, Klaus. He compelled me not to. And Michael's like, no, I'm sure you'll just tell me where he is, bring him back, blah, blah, blah. Sure enough, Stefan does, because he's a pussy. No, I'm kidding. No, it's because he loves his brother, that's why.
It's working now?
Yes, it's working. Thank you. Sorry, my internet was being fucking stupid, so I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this, and that's why. Sorry. So basically Stefan's like, okay, I will lure him back to Mystic Falls for you. And Michael's like, good. And I don't know what and then he's like, good, because if you don't, I'll kill you instead. And it kind of scares me. Michael scares me. I have this really strong feeling like Michael is not the most dangerous thing out there. There always seems to be an upper. First, Damon was scared. First, Damon was the bad vampire. Then Catherine. And then Klaus. Now it's Michael. Who, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a number 6. I think it's the witch. The original witch that's going to X that out, So basically, the thing that tore their family, Rebecca and Klaus's family apart, was Rebecca has thought that Michael killed their mother, and Klaus was there watching her, because I guess that's when Michael finds out that Klaus isn't really his son, that she had a relationship with a wolf person thing, and so Klaus basically told Rebecca, like, I watched him do it, blah blah blah. And then we find out, then Elena later finds out that the cave drawings basically tell a story of, like, the way they were made into vampires and all that stuff. And then they come across this one painting which basically says that the hybrid killed the original witch. and basically Elena's like, Rebecca doesn't know the true story. She thinks, she was basically told that Michael killed their mother when in reality Klaus did it. And so she goes to Rebecca and she said, "This is what happened." Rebecca, of course, doesn't want to believe it. Basically the only reason why Klaus said that was to keep his family together and to keep, he's not. So that's basically I started to feel for Klaus in this episode just a tad. I was kind of like, because he looked so innocent, and then of course, that's completely dashed by the end of the episode. You're just kind of like, he's not innocent. He's just out for, I don't know, just not really revenge, but he's just, he's conniving. I still love Klaus. Klaus is awesome. He's a badass bad vampire, and I like it. But I just like, wow, he really, that's just low, like, God, I felt so bad for Rebecca in that moment. I wanted to give her a big hug, because I was just like, she's been thinking this whole time her father had killed her mother, when in reality it was her brother for killing her, and that killed her, and basically it made everyone think like, oh, Rebecca's on their side now. And I don't know how long that'll last or how true that will be, but I guess we'll see today, considering it is now Thursday. So yeah, I think I covered everything. This episode is awesome. I loved this whole episode. So please tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode. What were your favorite parts? What were your least favorite parts? What did you feel about Rebecca's character? Did you feel for her? Do you like her more now than you did originally? Because I've always liked Rebecca. I thought she was a really interesting character, and now this makes me love her more, and hopefully she doesn't die yet. Please, please, I'm begging you, Vampire Diaries writers, please don't let her die. So, what do you guys think? And also, what do you guys think is going to happen in the next episode? Do you think Klaus is obviously going to come back in his homecoming next episode? So what do you think is going to happen at homecoming? That should be interesting. This is my shortest review ever that I've ever done now. So I'm going to go now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry I was a little rushed. Hopefully I covered everything. And I'll see you guys in the next review for this channel, or in the next video on my main channel. So I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye-bye.